Hello there and welcome back to another follow-up GameMaker Studio basic tutorial. And last time I did the Diablo style point and click movement and I got a suggestion by one of those comment guys. So this is Peter Giesbrecht. Also schauen wir mal, ob da was dran ist. So he said like, hey, let's do some other style, and this was actually kind of handy, so let's make a video about that, because now we don't just have movement, now we have a collision, which is a pretty cool and inbuilt function. And to be honest, I didn't know that it did exist, so yeah, my bad, but let's check it out. So let's skip the intro because this is just a follow-up. This is one up indie. Subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. So this is my only request for today. Let's check it out. The last time I did this, so let's make it a little bit more graphic so we can recap fast. So basically we stored two variables, bam bam, target X and Y, and we stored it when we pressed our mouse button from this dude. And then we said like, hey, we want a new location, which was for example here, and then we said, hey, move towards point, and then gave it a speed of 1. This is the old thing. And then if you use the move towards function in the step event, like here, then it will follow this very specific point. And of course I had a little reset because, well, he would go for infinity, because this is maybe not something we want to have. There is an easier way how you can actually do this. So let's kill this guy, put in the new Dudette, and yeah, let's kill the draw. We don't actually need to see it. So basically what we need to have right now is once again our target X and Y position, but let's store them at our current position because it could get into some conflict. And then for example we press our right mouse button and we just store those coordinates where we want to go. So this is the old part in here. There would be more code, but we don't need. And we said no. Now there is an interesting function which is called MP potential step, and here you need to put in a few things. First of all, the X and Y, so where we want to go, speed, and then check all. And this is kind of interesting. So here that function is going to a specific target, well, where it wants to go. But for example here, these guys are instances and this is a wall instance. And for example here, as you can see, he will now twitch around like really crazy, and he's trying to get at this point. For example, I'm not doing anything now, and he's like twitching his way into life as it seems. Or for example, this is thing which is solid as well, and the algorithm is trying to get close, but it does not work. So this is your collision built in. Of course the twitching comes because I have some very specific animation here, but if you wanted to have a very easy way how to recreate this kind of Diablo style movement, and then you don't want to do some complicated collision stuff, well, here you go. So Peter was actually having a pretty good idea, and this does work. And for example, how this one was working, it is having collision with all your objects. And if you're saying like, let's say, let's flag this one, that's solid. So if you're for example saying like with all it will be colliding with all those instances, nah, let's go for 0. And now the trick is here that you want to flag the things which you want to bounce off as solid. And for example, let's go for our instances. Now he will go through all the other instances, but those which are flagged as solid, he will twitch around his life again. So here I'm not doing anything, as you can see, works pretty fine. But if you're saying like, I don't want it to be flagged with solid, there is a second way how you can actually do this. You can go for MP potential and then step object, and here you don't put in just here you just put in your coordinates where you want to go, the speed, but now not with all or just flagged as solid. But here you just have say, hey, I just want it to be just colliding or not going through, well, let's say an object wall. So this is just an object which I just create, put it into the room, and you just want it to collide of a very specific thing which you want to define as an object wall. And of course you don't put that like this in the room, you make it invisible, but this is so you can actually understand what's happening. As you can see, he will twitch around here, but let's say we go through this object, because, well, we didn't define it as to be one, and then, well, this is how it works. Pretty handy. 2 functions, didn't know they existed, but now you do too. So if you want to, well, make it a very easy and quick way how you can actually do your Diablo style movement, this is pretty sweet because it tackles the problem of collisions. Of course, it looks a little bit twitchy sometimes because it tries to get where it cannot get, but still pretty sweet indeed. That was it for today. Have a good one. One up indie.